everybody and welcome to Crafty Cleggs. Today is Friday the 8th of March and it's International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day everybody. It is round about lunchtime. I am stood at my ironing board and I'm ironing out the pieces of fabric that Karen, my friend, gave me from Stitches and Jacks to make myself and her a bag. I will swing you around and show you. I have been out this morning. Sorry about how bright it is. I've tilted the blinds a little bit, but it's not made much difference. Not a good angle, this, at my ironing board. We've been out this morning to do some chores. Very boring chores, but still needed to be done. Timothy is now outside, pottering away in his man shed, as I call it. The weather is a lot brighter today, but freezing cold. It's very, very windy here today. And I have decided that I'm going to get cracking and do some jobs. I did a little bit of a list last night of the things that I want to make and put them in order that I want to make them in. I can't decide which is the most important and what I need to do first, or not need, but want. But for now, I'll talk to you about that later. But for now, I'm doing a little bit of ironing and I'm going to cut up some 2-inch squares. I'll be back in a while. I just wanted to show you this. So, I don't know whether to do 2-inch squares or 3 because I want Alice. And look at these. These are all on this fabric, but they're all good for fussy cutting. Oh, look at that, the Cheshire Cat. Let me get my template and I'll show you. So this is my 2-inch template. So the middle of that square is 2-inch, and look, you're cutting off a feet. I'd like the Cheshire Cat in. So I think what I might do is I might measure this and cut out the squares like that size. I wonder how big that is. Let me get a tape measure. So I've measured it. For me to get the whole of that in, I would need to cut it at 3 1/4. So this square, it would be, yeah. It would be 2 3/4, wouldn't it? You know what? I'm going to cut one out and see how much of the picture I'm going to lose. Because not only do I want that, I'd quite like one of those in it. And I'd quite like, where are we? The Cheshire Cat in it. And I'm sure Karen would as well. Look at this. You see, you can't get the Queen of Hearts in that. Anyway, I'm going to cut them out and come back, and that's just one piece. What do you think? Anyway, I'm going to try it. So, I have cut some pieces out. I've cut out 3 1/4. So, but what I've decided to do, because I love these long pieces, and I love that piece, there's a few pieces that I don't want to cut up. So, I'm not just going to use all 3 1/4-inch squares. I'm just going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Wing it. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to sew them all together and wing it in small pieces. So that's what I've decided to do. This is mainly because of this one, because I do not want to cut that up. Isn't that a lovely piece of fabric? I love giraffes. It's just too nice to cut in half, isn't it? I think so anyway. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start piecing them together and see what happens. Watch this space. Right, I've finished. Not the whole piece, but I finished the front piece nearly. I might make it a little bit bigger because at the moment, let me show you in a minute, it's measuring 10 inches by 8 1/2, and I think that might be a little bit small. Now, I love this. Anybody that follows me and has done for some time, you'll know that I love colour. And this, to me, is crazy, and I love it. I might have to do Karen's differently because I don't know how Karen would feel about this craziness. But let me show you. This is the kind of thing that I mean. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I love it. So my favourite up to now is the cat in front of the house. I like that. I love Alice. I like the cute bunnies at the bottom. But do you not think that is fabulous? And I'm going to quilt it. But what I might do is just do this front and then a plain back. I love this one. I've only used a handful of what she's given me, Karen. So yeah, I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. But that's the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Craziness. But yeah, I think for Karen's, I'm just going to cut out, I think, just 3-inch squares and just have hers all together like that. I don't know how she'll feel about. I might actually ring her and say to her, look, do you want one of these crazy ones or not? Because she might not like it. Karen's a much more sophisticated lady than I am. Today I've got my artisan apron on. Do you want to see it? Hold on a sec. This is what I made, a few years back. It's my artisan apron. And I've embroidered Crafty Cleggs on there. So I thought today, whilst I was in here, I've put my apron on and it makes me feel like I should be doing my jobs. And it's helping. Mind over matter and all that. I've got a couple of bags that I need to finish sewing. What else can I tell you? Oh, I've finished Cabin Girl's hat and I did one of her mittens. I haven't done her hair yet. I cast on my socks last night and I've got the ribbing done, so that's great. I'm hoping to be able to get some of that done over the weekend at Katie's. I'll show you that later. But for now, I'm going to go downstairs, make a cup of coffee, and I've got some things that I need to put in my shop. I've got a couple of photographs I still need to take. And then I think I might try and tidy up a little bit. My work desk over there for me crafting of the paper crafting is horrendous. Do you want me to show it you? Bear with me and I'll show you. Don't judge me, anybody. Just look at the state of this. How am I supposed to paper craft on here? I've got my plants on. It just needs a really good tidying up, do you not think? And then I've got all my workstation here. I was going to swear then. I was going to say rubbish, but in a different word, all under there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and tidy all this up this afternoon. So I have got some sort of space there that I can actually do some crafting with. I made some lists last night. I took my album to bed with me, my journal rather, and I made some lists. This is what they called a little golden book, an Easter one that I want to make. I've got some here that need finishing off. I've sent Dawn's. If you're watching, Dawna, yours is on the way. And there's one for Karen and one for Laura, a daughter. I've got to finish them. I've just got so much to do. It's just ridiculous. And then over here, we've got number 1 sweater. I'll explain how I've done that before to you later. I've worked out how I've got to get every sweater done. I've got to do 3 sweaters a month to get them ready for November. This is my boucle that has come for me to make these socks. These are called the Little Rabbit socks and they're from Jules at So Sweet Violet. I bought, just dropped my doll. I bought this pattern, years ago. Anyway, I've ordered the boucle that goes in it and I'm going to give it a go. Anyway, that's just another thing that's on my list. So, I'm going to make a coffee and I shall be back in a little while. Right, I'm downstairs now in the dining room, just having my coffee. I've just made me and Tim a cup of coffee. And I just thought I'd show you my socks. I've got them in my bag that I made, this quilted bag, but it's actually a really big bag. It's had 2 balls of yarn in it and there's still loads of room. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of this fabric left. So I think what I might do is I might make myself just a tiny little sock bag to take with me because that's all I've got, just that 1 ball of yarn. And I want to try and travel lightly this weekend rather, when I go to Katie's, because I'm literally going there and coming back. I'm just spending Sunday with them and coming home. So yeah, I could do with a smaller bag. Anyway, I'm telling you things that you don't really want to know. So last night I cast on my socks and here they are. These are called Wood Pigeon. I think that's right. Let me check. Somebody asked me in one of my comments the other day, yes, whether it was Wood Pigeon. It's West Yorkshire Spinners and it is Wood Pigeon. I really am getting into this West Yorkshire Spinners. The yarn is beautiful. You can't go wrong with it. I love it. Look at that. Anyway, I was going to do a contrast for casting on, but as you can see, there wasn't much point because it just wouldn't have stood out 1 row of that. Anyway, I've decided that I'm just going to do the heels and the toes in that, and I'm just going to well, you can see I've done the cuff in the wood pigeon. So I always do between 10 and 12 rounds of rib, and I always do a 2x2. I always do vanilla socks because I'm not good at socks, and I am getting better, but I am much better just doing a plain one. Having said that, I have got one upstairs that I've just showed you from Jules from So Sweet Violet that I bought a few years, well, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago maybe, and it was around this time, Easter time, because I think there are Easter bunny socks. Anyway, I have ordered the boucle that goes at the back for the little bunny tail, but I need to sort out, I think it's 5 20-gram balls of, well, different colours, and I've got loads of them, so I'm going to start them when I come back. Yeah, another one on the list, but who cares? So yeah, that's my wood pigeon. So I just need a little bag. So I've done that. And then last night I did Cabin Girl's hat. Oh, I love it. Isn't it nice? I give her eyes. But unfortunately, I've none of this colour left now. I think this is called Camel, and I've none of that left, so I can't give her a nose just yet because I haven't got any. And she's got a pair of slippers in Camel, and I've just got none left at all. Out of all the Toft yarn I've got, I haven't got any Camel whatsoever, and I'm not buying one ball of Camel just to pop a nose on and to make a pair of socks. So we'll just have to not have the socks. She'll just have, no, the slippers I think that we're making. She'll just have to have her slippers in a different colour. So she's got a hat on. I've done that. I'm going to try and do her hair this afternoon, and I've made her one mitten. Them are her mittens. So all I've got left to do now is put her hair on, do her second mitten. I think it's the hot water bottle and a pair of slippers. So yeah, I mean, I doubt very much it's going to be finished before I go to Katie's. But I suppose I could take these little scraps of wool with me, and maybe when I get in bed at night time or in the morning when I wake up. I know it's only 2 mornings that I'm there, but I always wake up quite early and usually have about an hour's knitting in bed when I'm with them. So yeah, I suppose I could get them little bits done, so I might take that with me. But yeah, I'm loving her. She's looking rich. She's coming together now, isn't she, with a hat. I don't think a sweater looks too bad, to be fair, and a glove. I think she'll look all right. I've been on the Toff website today because, like I said before, it's International Women's Day, and all the dolls are there that Kerry has designed in the past, and you can buy them. And I am very tempted to buy the Frida Kahlo doll. I haven't made that one. I am very, very tempted to buy that one. So I don't know. I'll see. I'll have to think about it because I've already got, look at my hair. I've already got, I think 3 dolls upstairs that I still need to make. I think I have. I'm not sure. I have to hide them. Well, I don't have to hide them, but yeah, it's such a lot of, it's just a big investment and then not use them, and that's what Tim gets cross at. He lets me have everything I want. He doesn't let me have everything I want. I don't mean that, but I mean he doesn't complain at anything that I have. He complains that when I get it and I don't use it, and I understand that. Anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm going to go. I will probably be back later, and yeah, just to say good night. But all I'm doing this afternoon now is putting some more of that patchwork bag together, and I've got a couple of bags that I need to finish for the shop and then get some bags in the shop. So yeah, I shall probably be back later, and yeah, to say good night. So have a nice afternoon, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Here is my finished front panel. What do you think? So, we've got a little bit of everything. This is peas. I think that's from Angela at the Bobbin Patch. And we've got a few carrots. I think this is from Angela at the Bobbin Patch. This is Bella and Boo, as is the other side. Not sure where that strip's from. Karen, Bella and Boo, Karen, Karen, Karen. My Little Bunny one. And then the rest is from Karen. Isn't it lovely? So now I need a piece of wadding to go behind it. And I've decided I am going to hand quilt all this. Don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm going to give it a go. But I am really, really pleased with my finished panel. Isn't it lovely? And I have been on the phone to Karen from Stitches and Jacks, and she is more than happy, she says, to have a crazy patchwork bag like this. I think what I'm going to do is make it into a tote bag, because it's quite big. I think it's about, is it 14 or 15 across and the same high. So yeah, I'm going to make tote bags for us. So yeah, just wanted to show you the finished thing. Right, now I have to crack on and get, I've got a couple of bags to make here. But I'm not going to swing you around too quickly, tidied up my table. Still got some stuff on it. This is what I'm going to make. I've shown you into a junk journal. I have sorted out my yarn for the little rabbit socks. This is the boucle that I showed you, and this is a pack that I bought from Alex and Danny. Now, I'm not sure if this was when they did the birthday bonanza. Can't remember. But these are all 5 grams. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So there's enough there to do patchwork socks. So this is what I'm going to use for my bunny socks. So I've sorted that out. I just need to now find some yarn for my emotional chicken. It's me again. I've literally just come on to say goodnight. It's not late, it is 4 o'clock, but I've got a little bit more sewing to do. I am so behind today. I've spent most time playing. I've done, as shown you, I've done my patchwork. I had a chat with Karen on the phone, which is always a lot longer than both of us expect, because we can't stop chit-chatting. But yeah, I've got some stuff I need to do now and get ready for Katie's. So I thought, whilst I've got 2 minutes spare, I'm just going to come on and say goodnight. I'll show you what I did last night. I went to bed early. Well, no, I didn't go to bed early last night. I don't know what time it was. It wasn't late, but it wasn't majorly early. But I took my journal with me to bed, and I thought, right, what's the most important thing that I have to do? And for me, it's to make sure that my advent sweaters are ready for Christmas. So on my first page, as you can see, I've put the Arnie and Carlos advent sweaters. And here I've shown, or I've written down, I have to do 3 a month. Definitely need to do 3 a month. If I get more done, it doesn't matter. I'll be ahead. But I've got to do 3 a month. So I've done 1, so I'm going to tick that off now. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tick them off as I've done. So I'm just, hold on. I do like a list. I don't know about you guys, but I love a list. And I've got 2 on the needles. Not done, but on the needles. So I will have them all done for November. Seems like such a long time ahead, doesn't it, November? But I guess if I don't do them, they'll never get done. It's the Arnie and Carlos advent sweater. I'm using sheepy stonewash and a 3mm hook. Not hook, 3mm knitting needle. I started them in February 24 and I'm hoping to finish in November. And then the next ones I've done is the Bifel mitts. Them are important to me. I need to get them done. There's no nothing on the notes there really, because, well, I've only just done half of one. And that's all I've put in here. But what I've decided to do, I am going to take one of these out, and I'm going to photocopy it on my printer thing, because these are too nice. So I thought, you know, for everyday stuff, like I want to make one of the knotted lovies. I've got a thing to hand embroider, no, hand quilt now. There's so many things that I want to do, and it's nice to keep a track of it. But I have decided that I'm going to try and stick to 2 things every week. Right, so not do a little bit on this and a little bit on that. I'm going to try and do 2 things, 2 items a week. So I'm going to try and get my cabin doll finished, and then next week I'm going to try and stick to my socks and one other project. I'm not sure what that is yet, I haven't decided, but that's what I'm going to try and do. Stick to 2 things a week, start on the Monday and finish them on the Sunday, and if they've not been finished in between, then it doesn't matter. I can carry on and finish them the week after. I'm just going to have to do 2 things at a time because it's so stressful. It's getting me so stressed. Anyway, don't matter. Well, it does matter because it's stressing me and I don't want it to. So I need to get some more organisation in my life. But what I'd like to know is, I've had a few comments from yesterday about saying they're glad that I'd brought up that it stresses me. So if you're a person that's like me who wants to make everything but obviously can't, it's physically impossible, if you've got a house to run anyway, certainly. What do you do? What sort of things do you do to make you feel more organised? I'm good with lists, so I'm getting there with lists. Do you just stop making things? And is it called a monogamous knitter, where you just knit on one thing? Yeah, just let me know in the comments down below what you do. Anyway, I'm waffling now and I'm getting very tired. I feel like I need a nap and it's 4 o'clock. I need a nanny nap. Anyway, I'm going to go. I will not be here Saturday and Sunday because I am only doing it Monday to Friday. If there's anything exciting happens, obviously I'll tell you about it. Maybe take some pictures, I don't know. But until Monday, that's it, I'm afraid. Have a lovely weekend. I hope you get lots of crafty time and the weather's nice for you. And I'll see you on Monday, guys. Take care. Good night. Bye.